Hello and welcome. I hope you learn in depth and in easy way here. So let's start. In the previous video, we have learned the float data types and its scientific notation also. Okay, but in this current video, we will learn about the complex number. And complex number is very useful in Python because why in the Java is not handling complex number. C and C++ is also not handling complex number. So complex number is very useful for machine learning, you can say artificial intelligence and NLP also. So we have to understand the standard form of complex number. Like in the class 11th or 10th or 12th, you have learned the like x plus iy, anything which is the form of x plus iy, then it will consider as the complex number. But here instead of I, we must use j only. Okay, so let's jump into the topic, that is the complex number. Here we have seen the a is considered as, you can see here, a is considered as the real part and b is considered as the imaginary part. Okay, and j must be there in a complex number. Okay, if it is not given, then it is considered as 0 j. Okay, so here like a is, we can say like a is real part and b is imaginary part, and it's used to develop math application also, because we know like in the coordinate geometry, x and y denotes the like x-axis and y-axis. Means suppose if you want to justify any object like this is chair or this is table, then it is based on the axis only, like x-axis distance and y-axis distance and z-axis distance. So as in the same way, complex denotes the coordinate geometry 2D, we can say here, because here we will use a and b instead of x and y. Okay, so a is real part and the b is imaginary part here. And one more thing, this actually this is the very basics concept you have to learn, because if you learn the basic concept of complex number, then you will be never confused later, like if they will put some spaces or they will change some a value, then you will not be confused and you will be full confident about the standard form of complex number. Okay, so like we can't give any space between b and g. B and g means what? Here we have saying like this is the b and this is the j, means between b and j we can't give any space. Okay, if you give the space, then it will denotes like a syntax error. Okay, so here there is no space between 3 and j, so it will execute successfully. Okay, and here we have seen like there is one space between here, like between 3 and j, one space is there. So when we execute this, then it will give the error, that is the syntax error, we can say here, that is the invalid syntax. Invalid syntax means between the 3 or j there is one space. And in the previous video also I told you like we can't break the value by putting a space. Okay, like if you create some random value like a, and inside a we are assigning 1 2 3, then we can't separate that 1 2 3 by spaces like a 1a space 2 3. Okay, so it will throw a syntax error in Python. And in real part, if we use int value, then we can specify that either by decimal, octal, binary or hexadecimal form. Okay, but imaginary part should be specified only by using the decimal form only. Means what? Means a can be integer in any form like a binary, octal, decimal or hexadecimal, but in the form of imaginary part it should be only in the decimal form. Okay, this is this rule for int data type. And we have to also learn like how many spaces we can put among 1a, among like a plus b and j. B is like plus is here operator. This is the operator we can say, and this is the real part, and this is the B is the imaginary part, and J denotes the we can say as in the 12th I it was there. So same thing it is doing here. The J square value is equal to -1. Okay. So first we will consider like we can put between a space between a and plus any spaces or not. Means like here and here. Okay. So like no space between a and plus allowed. Okay, means no space. Means we can number space between a and allowed. Okay. Okay, no space means what? Like we can give no space like that space like is 0. So we can give no spaces between a and plus. Also it is allowed. Okay. So here between the a and plus, a is here 2 and plus. So there is no space between 2 and plus. So it is allowed here. And we can see the result also. And one more thing, one space also allowed between a and plus. Okay. And then 2 spaces also allowed, means 3 spaces also allowed, 4 spaces also allowed. Means what? We can provide any number of spaces. Okay, we can like 34 spaces between a and b allowed. Means what? We can put any spaces here. We can share like there are 32 spaces between 2 and plus. Here we can see here. Okay, so it is allowed. We can put any spaces and it will execute and it will get but in the output we have seen, but in the output there is no spaces. Okay, so this is the difference. In the input we can give any spaces, but in the output there is no space between a, b, plus, j, etc. Okay, and like the note point is any number of spaces allowed between a and plus. We have seen already here, I think more than 40 spaces are there. And now the terms is like spaces between plus and b. Okay, so here we have learned like we can give any spaces here, but in the term of plus and b. So here there is no space between plus and b. Means it is allowed here, and any number of spaces are allowed between plus and b. Means we can give any number here, like many spaces are given. Okay, between like a plus and b. Here is 4. Okay, so it is allowed here. We can see the output, And now the term is spaces between B and J. Actually, to start this YouTube channel, I want to cover the all basics things. If your basics things will be crystal clear, then advanced will be also crystal clear. But you have some doubt in the basics concept, then you cannot learn any programming language in expert way. Okay, so as much your basic will be crystal clear, that much you will learn in depth. So that's why I'm covering the all basics things here. So now the term is like spaces between B and J here. So no spaces between B and J allowed. Means we can put no spaces, means we can put 0 space. So this is allowed. Here B is 4 and J means we can put no space also, it is allowed here. And one space is not allowed. This is the very important thing you have to remember. That's why I am covering the space, like where a space should be allowed and where a space should be not allowed. Here not allowed. Previously we have seen spaces are allowed between A and plus, between plus and B, and here between B and J spaces are not allowed. Okay, it will throw syntax error. When I execute this code, it will throw error, invalid syntax error. The one very advantage of the Jupyter Notebook, that is we can execute the code like a line by line separately, and it will be very helpful for the beginner, so that will find where the code is getting problem. Okay, so we can find the exact problem and in which line we are getting the problem. This is the feature of Jupyter Notebook. That's why I suggest to learn through Jupyter Notebook for the beginners mainly. Okay, and in some topics I'll explain in the PyCharm also, and in the command prompt also, how to execute from the command prompt of any Python file. These all things I'll cover in the upcoming tutorial. Now we can't give any spaces between B and J. When I provide any spaces, then it will throw a syntax error. Okay. And now the term is separator. Like which kind of separator we can use. Okay, separator means what? Like a comma is can I use or not? Spaces is also a kind of separator. Okay, so that's why I'm handling here comma should be used or not. Means we can use only spaces among A plus and B. Okay, with we cannot use comma or like a backslash n or backslash t. This is also a kind of separator in the Python language, but except a space we cannot use any separator. It will throw error. Here I am using the backslash n, which denotes the new line, and we can see here syntax error, that is unexpected character after line continuation character. Okay, so here I am using the t, that is the tab character, and here is the carriage return character. So without space we can't use any like a separator. Okay, and here the operators can use between A and B. Okay, and it can be like a multiple MCQ question interview kind of things. Okay, so like which of the following are valid statement? The question is here. We can allow between A and plus, we can allow a space in plus, and B also we can allow the space. Means this is the valid, and this is also valid, and this is also valid. Okay, let's see the answer actually. Which one is valid and which one is not valid. All are valid, you can see here. But when I provide the space, creating one new variable, that is x is equal to 2 plus 4 space j, okay, and then printing the x value, okay. Then it will throw error, because why? We can't give any space between b and j. Here b is 4 and j, so we can't give any space. And here there is one interview question, that is, what is the value of 2 by 4j and how? Just try to understand. And this is the part of complex number, that is the, we can say, division of complex number. How we divide a complex number, or how we multiply in a complex number. This is the logic behind it, we have to understand, okay. So the question is like, we can say, the question is 2 by 4j, okay, and 2 by 4j is equal to, also we can write like a 2 by 4j, and we can like we can multiply with minus 4j, and we can divide here was, control plus z, and here same thing, multiplying and same thing divided, okay. So then it will become like a 2 multiply into 4 minus 4, that is minus 8 by minus 16j square, because 4 into 4 minus 16 j square, and j square value is minus 1, okay. So as you know, like I square to the power minus 1, the same way j square to the power of minus 1. So minus 1 becomes plus, here you can see like minus 8 divided by what, minus plus 16, okay, and then it will divided by like minus 1 by 2, that is the 0.5, okay, and we have missed j here, so j should be there. So the answer is minus 1 by 2j, that is minus 0.5, okay. Since j square is equal to minus 1, this is the part of division of complex number. So that's why I cover the logic behind it, and after executing it, we'll get the same result, okay. And here 4 by 2, this is the part of division, okay. So why minus came here, okay. So if we'll try to understand the logic behind it, then just the question is like 4 by 2j, okay, 2j, okay, is equal to, we can also write like 4 by 2j, okay, and then multiply with minus 2j, and we can also divide with minus 2j, okay. So this is the form, like how to divide in complex number, okay. So when you divide 4 into minus 2, then it will become like a minus 8j, okay, and then 2j into minus 2j, that is minus 4j square, okay, minus 4j square is equal to what? Is equal to become like a And here we can also cut like a 4 here, 2 times means what? Minus 2 upon minus j square. Okay, minus 2j here, j is equal to what? Is equal to, we know j square value is minus 1, so minus 1 into minus means that is the plus 1, and plus 1 which is divisible divided like minus 2 divided by plus 1, that is becomes minus 2j only. So minus 2j is the answer, you can say. So this is the logic behind it. Okay, so you have to understand the logic also. That's why here came that is a minus 2j. And same thing here, I am applying some floor division. Okay, so like we can do only multiplication and division operation between the complex number. What we haven't seen, we can apply some percentage in complex number. We have learned in the 12th only multiplication of complex number and the division of complex number. Except these, we can't use any operator. Okay, and we can also use the subtraction of complex number. Subtraction, addition, multiplication, and division. These four operators only we can use in complex number. So here this is the type error. This can't take floor of complex number. And same thing here, we can't take percentage also. Okay, that is the mode of complex number. And here 2 plus 3 plus 4j. We have seen 2 plus 3 is 5 and plus 4j here. And same thing, minus 1 plus 4j. The same thing, I am just putting some examples. You have to practice and you have to understand the logic behind it. Okay, and here the first we have to apply you have learned the board mass concept. So first we have to which operator should you use? First multiplication, then addition here. Okay, so 6 plus 4j it should be there. Okay. And here first multiplication, and all are the multiplications, so we can say 3 2 into 3 6 or into 4, that is 24. Okay, 24j. And same logic here, 2 into 3 divided by 4j. This is the division part of complex number. And the same logic which I have explained above, same logic we can apply here and we'll get the exact answer. So don't be confused. Multiplication, in the case of multiplication and division, first we have to multiply with the same number based on the opposite side sign. If the sign is positive previously given, then you have to put plus sign. Okay, and the sign is negative given, then you have to multiplication and division with the positive sign. Okay, so same thing, this is the part of division part, that's why negative symbol comes here. Okay, and there is a question 4 plus 2j versus 4 into 2j. So here is the multiplication part and here is the simple part. This is the simple part, that's why we can say the difference. And here this is the simple, and only j we can use to represent imaginary part. As you remember, only j we can't. And instead of small j, we can also use the capital J also. Okay, so here I is not allowed, but we can use the capital J also. Okay, we have seen 2 plus 2 plus 7 capital J. Okay, we can use like this also. So this is markdown, we have to make it first code, then it will execute. So we can use a small j as well as capital J also. And now the term is real part. imaginary part we have seen like it should be float value or it should be a int in the any form. Those all things will cover. And the return type of real and imaginary attribute is float only. That is when there is one attribute that is the real and one another attribute that is the image. So it will give the float value. And here also we have seen this is the type function denotes the which kind of object. Okay, so it will return the float value. Here we can see here. And now the third is what is the standard form of complex number, and this part I'll cover in the next video, so don't miss the next video. Okay, and thank you so much, and if you like this content then please subscribe to this channel if you didn't subscribe, and please give the suggestion if you have any. It will improve the video quality or content we can say. And thank you so much.